Welcome to Toonzy, where every story hides a secret. Long after the world we knew crumbled into chaos, a vast, toxic wasteland stretched as far as the eye could see, a monument to a forgotten age. The very air burned with an invisible poison, the ground was a mosaic of cracked and barren earth, and the skies, they pulsed with a sickly, ethereal green glow. This wasn't just an empty land. It was a graveyard of civilization, haunted by its own sins. In this desolate expanse, strange and terrible creatures roamed freely. They were known as the Embryoms. Neither truly alive nor fully dead, they were the twisted remnants of scientific experiments gone horrifically wrong, grotesque echoes of life that fed on anything unfortunate enough to cross their path. Into this nightmare stepped a lone explorer. His name was Alex. Driven by a thirst for answers and a hope of finding priceless treasures from the old world, he ventured into the heart of the wasteland. He was a relic hunter, a seeker of forgotten truths, but he was about to find something far more sinister. At first, the silence was overwhelming. He believed the land to be utterly deserted, a dead world waiting to be plundered. But then, the shadows began to move. They stretched and writhed in ways that defied the sickly light, taking on forms that were unnatural, predatory. The Embryoms were everywhere. He had been surrounded all along. Some slithered through the deep fissures in the earth like monstrous serpents, their scales glinting in the green haze. Others floated silently above the ground, their translucent, gelatinous forms revealing the twisted, mutated shapes trapped within. They were a gallery of horrors, each one a unique abomination. But they didn't just attack with tooth and claw. Their assault was far more insidious. They learned. Somehow, they peered into the depths of Alex's mind. They knew his deepest fears, his most profound doubts. Every secret he had ever tried to bury deep inside his soul. Panic set in. Alex ran, his boots crunching on the poisoned dust, a suffocating fog closing in around him. But the Embryoms followed, not with a thunderous chase, but with a silent, chilling pursuit. They began to whisper, their voices echoing in his head, sounding uncannily like his own. They were his own insecurities, his own regrets, given monstrous form and voice. Every corner he turned revealed a new tableau of horror, collapsed laboratories with shattered vials still leaking glowing fluids, massive rusted machines frozen in their final apocalyptic task, and ancient walls covered in strange pulsating symbols that seemed to stare back at him. The wasteland wasn't just a physical place, it was a psychological trap. At the very heart of this poisoned land, in the ruins of what might have been a city, Alex found it. The largest Embryon. It was a monstrous, colossal being, a mountain of flesh and shadow, pulsing with a palpable dark energy that distorted the air around it. It didn't move. It didn't have to. It simply stared into his mind, and in that single, terrifying moment, it exposed every thought he tried desperately to hide. He saw his own failures, his greed, his loneliness, all laid bare and magnified into a paralyzing terror. And in that moment of absolute clarity, he finally understood. The wasteland wasn't just toxic for the body. It was toxic for the soul. Somehow, through sheer will, he broke free. He ran without looking back. The image of that colossal horror burned into his memory. When he finally escaped the clutches of the wasteland, Alex was changed forever. The sickly green sky faded behind him, but the whispers of the Embryoms lingered. They had become a permanent part of him, a constant, chilling reminder that some secrets are never, ever meant to be discovered. So remember, out here in the toxic wasteland, the past is very much alive, the present is always dangerous, and the Embryoms, they know more about you than you ever will. Thank you for watching. If you dare, subscribe and hit that bell for the next dark tale on Toonzy. Stay safe out there.